Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we are here to talk about the new schedule for Season 2 of Overwatch League. So we got the details yesterday. Not everything, but I mean most of the changes that are going into effect have been announced. We don't know like the exact dates of when things are going to start or anything like that, but we have the formatting, the way that they're planning on structuring Season 2 schedule-wise. Yeah,
we do have the start date, which is going to be February 14th.
Yep.
So mark that down in your schedule, guys. So it's going to be a month later. It's a little disappointing just because we're all so much into this, and it was so fun last year. It's like, oh, you make me wait another month. But it's for the good. Right. So if you guys really look at this hard, so it's going to be 4 stages, just like last year, except for the teams are going to be...
They're going to be playing either 2, 1, or 0 matches per week. So basically, each stage, every team is going to have 1 week off. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to probably play 2 or 3 2-week.
I would say 2 2-week ones, and over 5, and then 3 1, or I don't know,
something like that. Because it's a 5-week stage, so it'll be interesting to see how they structure all of that. But it's going to give them more time off, more time to prepare for the opponents. They're not going to be constantly having to play 2 opponents every single week. So we can hopefully get some more
mid-season
competitive games. Yeah.
We'll get some better play in the middle of the season when people aren't just like absolutely burnt.
Right, and the matchups between the teams will be a lot more... They'll just be more intense because they'll only play each other. So I think it's going to be per division. They're going to play each other twice throughout the whole season. And then... So... I think, because we just watched a video where Monte Cristo explained it. Go check it out. It's really
I'll
really
put a link up in here, so it'll be up on the top of the screen. Yeah, hit that link. He's really good at describing everything, from how everything's going to work right now as far as we know it.
So basically, it's going to be in interdivision. It's going to be a double round robin. So each team is going to play each other twice, and then
which is fantastic because the divisions kind of matter now,
right? And then out of division play, they're going to play each other once.
So it's kind of similar to the NFL structure, if you guys know how that is. In your division, like I'm a Broncos fan, so the Broncos play the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Chiefs twice, and then they have a couple other divisions where they play the team once. So that's going to create rivalries. It's going to create games that matter outside of the division too, which is awesome. And I like what they're doing with the structure here. And also, we didn't really get into the division structure. I mean, if you guys have any kind of a map, you can kind of figure out who's going where.
Right, like the 3 Chinese teams and Vancouver are going to join the Pacific Division, and then Paris, Washington, Toronto, and Atlanta are all going to be in the Atlantic Division. I mean, everyone pretty much saw that coming. It's the only thing that makes sense, especially if they're going Atlantic-Pacific.
I really would like to see Houston in the Pacific, though.
Yeah.
Because then you can... I want that Dallas-Houston rivalry in interdivision.
Yes.
I would rather have that than... But there's no teams that you can...
Right, you can't move anybody over.
You could put another team in Cleveland, and then we could send Houston over to the West, and everything would be fine. But,
let's do Cleveland. Any Midwest state, that would be great. Come on, guys, because now I have to cheer for Toronto, because that's basically the closest team to us.
That's like when they told you guys when the Browns went away to cheer for the Bills. Ugh.
Yeah.
No,
I'm good on that.
I'll pass.
Everyone here decided to become Steelers fans. It just makes me sick.
Okay.
And now they're all Browns fans again because the Browns are not looking like a hot dumpster fire.
Yeah, they're better than my team, and I hate fucking saying that. Not that I don't like the Browns, but that's a whole nother story. We're not talking about baseball because both of our teams are garbage.
Yes.
So, fuck Boston, fuck Houston, and I don't care.
Go Brewers.
Yeah,
that's my.
Yeah, I'm rooting for. I can root for Milwaukee. I'll root for Milwaukee.
Go Brewers.
Because
I like that Christian Yelich kid. He's good.
And anyone that wants to set Fenway Park on fire and just burn that god awful baseball stadium down, do it,
please.
No one's gonna say anything except for some ass with a can of chowder. Fuck them. Anyway, all right, done ranting. All right, so back to the what matters here. So. Also involved in, so we got the stage thing, the setup of 4 stages. Now, Nate Nanzer must have watched our our videos on our wish list because we are getting the All-Star game in the middle of the year where it actually is going to be fun. It's going to provide a nice break for the guys. Mm-hmm. And it's going to, it's in the middle of the season. It's going to be kind of worth watching. Yeah. Not, this is the last bastion
kind of an afterthought type of thing right before the World Cup. Like that. It'll just create a lot more fun, and I'm excited for it. I love that they're doing this. I think it'll just make it way more enjoyable to watch, and it'll be way less of an afterthought.
Yeah. So we're going to have divisional rivals now. We got the All-Star game in the middle of the year. We got some good things going on here. Now we did a little bit. We talked about the 4 stages and all that. Now we did a little math kind of with the calendar.
Yeah. So each stage is going to be 5 weeks, and then the way it's going to be structured, the next thing has to be the stage playoff has to be a week after that. Then there's going to be at least a week after that of just off.
Yeah. So these guys get a nice break, and we get the playoffs not rushed for the stage.
Yes.
So they're actually going to mean something. And they also excluded the garbage stage 4 playoff thing.
Right.
And we'll talk about, what we think about the regular playoff structure in a second. So
we kind of went through, and if we're starting in February, the first stage is going to end about the beginning of April. Then the next stage would start and end about the middle of May. And then that's when, so like the end of May, beginning of June is when we would get the All-Star game. So already we are well past how long it took for the other stages. Or for, like, because by that point we were pretty much wrapping up the season.
Yeah, in fact, we were wrapping up the season because I remember I was on a plane to Ireland when they were playing the Stage 4 championship.
Right.
Well, actually, I wasn't on a plane to Ireland. I was in the airport.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story.
So that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Just more time in between. Everything's going to be spaced out a lot more.
And it's going to provide better gameplay.
It's going to make better gameplay. And then just in general, it's just going to make things a lot better. There's going to be way more games that are going to be played because there's so many more teams. So there's still going to be tons to watch.
And the impact of these games is going to be bigger.
Yes, exactly. That's the biggest key, is the impact on these games is going to be huge. Like, you're going to have matchups that matter.
And some teams are going to get a hard schedule, and some teams are going to get a soft schedule. Everybody's not going to get Florida and fucking Shanghai this year twice in a stage.
Exactly.
You're guaranteed at least one win if you got Shanghai. I mean, granted, there was only 12 teams, so there's only so much you can do.
Right. Absolutely. But this is just going to work out a lot better in terms of that. But going back to the way it's going to play out, like, pretty much the way we figured it is the whole thing is not going to be over until about September.
Yeah. Last week in September?
Because the last stage will end in August. Then they're probably going to have another 2 or 3 week break between the playoffs and because they have to do the new
round
play-in.
Which is replacing Stage 4 playoff.
It's going to be... there's going to be no Stage 4 playoff. There's going to be the first 3 stages are going to have a playoff. I think it's going to be the top 6 teams.
Yeah, top 6. And then they're going to go 7 through 12 in a playoff bracket.
Yeah, so 7 through 12 at the end of Stage 4. The 7th through 12th ranked teams are going to be in a playoff bracket to determine who's going to get the final 2 spots. Because it's going to be 8 teams going into the overall playoffs. So instead of the stage playoffs, this is what it's going to be. So those teams will have a chance to play. And we could get something like the Houston Outlaws. Taking an example from last season, like the Houston Outlaws, they missed out on the playoffs, but it was supposedly their meta.
And they got things together.
And they could have, and if they could have gotten into that, they could have gotten into the playoffs, and then who knows what would happen.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it gives the end of that Stage 4 a meaning.
Yes.
Something meaningful. Because, it was fun to watch but nobody was playing. We had the sandbagging shit because they didn't want anyone to see.
Yeah, no one wanted to pull out their best strategies.
Yeah. It's better.
Yeah.
We wanted the gauntlet. Nate, you got to listen to us in Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Gauntlet. Next year.
This is a good step this is a step in the right direction.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I like it a lot. But the way that's going to play out, it's going to basically push it back to the whole season isn't going to be ending until about October.
Right. Which is
end of September, beginning of October is when it's going to be done.
And which is what's going to happen. We also talked about this from our eyes. It's going to tighten up the World Cup.
Yeah.
So instead of having like 1 week and one in August and one in September, like or 2 in September, or however they worked it, you're going to have all of October, and then always, they always do everything at BlizzCon.
Yep.
Which is getting fucking annoying. We'll talk about that in a later episode. Anyway, so you're gonna the World Cup's gonna be like, all right, the season's gonna end. Boom, World Cup. Right after that, you're gonna have competitive Overwatch going from February until the beginning of November, and then instead of 6 months off, which is understandable right now, you're gonna have 2 months off into February.
Right.
Or 3.
3 months, basically.
So,
which will be enough time to really to condense this long process, because, obviously they're not going to add another 8 teams. There's no way.
Yeah,
I think
say
the most
4.
they probably add is 4 to 6. 6 is probably the maximum they're going to add. I'm thinking probably about 4 is what.
Yeah, I think 4 would make the most sense, because I know they want to. 2020 is the target date to have teams have home games and all that kind of stuff. So they got to get all this structure down first.
Yeah.
Which I think they did a good job with. Because also, too, if you think about it, they're structuring it so there's travel time.
Yes.
So if you're, say, the New York Excel, and you got to go on your West Coast swing, so to speak, you got to go to China, that's your two game week.
Right.
So you play Shanghai and Chengdu, or the railgun.
Yeah.
That's another rumor. I guess.
Yeah.
One of the Chinese teams has actually been playing way too much Quake, and they're going to name their team the Railgun. Yeah.
Allegedly. We'll see. We'll see if that's what it's going to end up being.
Anyway.
But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, because why? Why not?
Why not? Good Luxury Lord. Watch. Blue.
Exactly.
It's better than watch.
Yeah.
It's better than watch. At least
it's something.
Video gamey.
But going back to the structure, it very much seems like they are trying to set up
They're looking long term.
So when they do move to that, they're really not changing that much as far as how they're formatting all of that stuff.
Yeah, because as easy it is it's hard to conceptualize like global travel in a league, because we watch American sports, the NBA, NHL, all that stuff.
Major League Baseball, all that stuff. Like, you're really only going in the continental U.S. The longest trip you would have is L.A. to New York.
Or Seattle to somewhere. Seattle to Florida or
something like that.
So when you throw in this international, you got to go. You're going over into China and Korea.
Take a day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got China and Korea, and then you have in Australia, if that ever comes into the fold, and then you have going into Europe, or even farther into that, if you go into Africa, or if you go into the Middle East or anywhere in there, you're traveling huge distances, so you need the time in between,
right? And
the structure of 0, 1, and 2 games,
right? For sure. And then when you're in those areas, you can play. It's definitely setting up for that. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind, especially with how spaced out everything is, just to make sure that these guys, because no matter what, it's going to be intense.
Oh yeah.
But you need to have, so you can still have a good product. You need to find that balance, and I think that's what they're trying to figure out.
And I think they did a good job of figuring this out.
And that's also why I think. Because one of the things that they mentioned is they want the teams to be able to go to their hometowns, or the hometown, or wherever they're based out of during their times off, so they can do meet and greets and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to kind of do that to get these guys ready, so they know. So
their fan base is ready too.
Yeah, the fan base is ready. They're getting the fans more engaged in the cities that they're based in. They're getting them used to traveling in between, so they can... Yeah,
they can fly in and out. They kind of know what's going on.
They know what to expect, and all of that. So I think it's kind of a... getting 2 birds stoned at once, as Ricky would say. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone type of thing. And just getting them ready for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's, they got to get these guys ready for all this kind of stuff. And you know what? For us... I will gladly wait the extra month because if you look at the concept and the way it's going to go, we're going to have competitive Overwatch pretty much the whole year.
Yeah.
And it starts at a perfect time, actually, if you really think about it, guys. You're in the shit part of the NBA season, shit part of the NHL season. Football's over.
Football will have just ended the week before is when the Super Bowl is. So,
I mean, the only thing competing with it is the Daytona 500, and that's only people like me that are hillbillies. Watch it. But it's the perfect time to start, and it goes through, you have baseball and stuff like that starting, but you also are in the middle of the nothing going on.
Yeah.
After NBA, after NHL, baseball doldrums.
Yeah, when you're not going to be competing with the NBA finals and the NBA playoffs with your playoffs, because it's going to be basically the only thing you're going to be competing with at that point is the end of the baseball season and the start of the NFL season. Yeah, which the NFL beats everything in America anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You could have, and it happens. I mean, you could have a New York team playing in the World Series, or a Chicago team, or something like that. The Sunday night football game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars is still going to outdraw. It's still going to get more people watching.
Yeah, but
same with tonight is going to be the two garbage teams in the worst division in football playing each other.
Yeah. Eagles and the Giants, and it will still outdraw any kind of baseball, football, or baseball, hockey, anything.
Because I think tonight is the start of the NL Championship Series, right?
Yeah.
So Dodgers and Brewers start tonight, and guaranteed that football game gets probably doubles the viewers that baseball game does. That's just the NFL.
Yeah, that's just the juggernaut that it is. But these guys kind of, for as much as I get annoyed with the whole, we're not releasing anything till BlizzCon. This was a nice change of pace for them.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it for this one. So this is going to be the first part. Second half, which we're going to put up tomorrow, we're going to dive more into some of the things going on with the league, some of the things we've heard, BlizzCon stuff, and our opinions on some of the things that are going on with the league. So we thank all you guys for joining us. Thanks a lot for all of your likes, your subscribes, all the stuff you guys do for us. All the links are down below if you want to follow us on social media and that kind of thing. And guys, if you do have a stream or something like that, definitely hit us up. Tell us, what you got going on. We'll throw you down with our streaming friends that we have down there. And if you guys are new, thanks a lot for checking us out. And don't forget to hit a like, hit a subscribe, and continue joining us. We do coverage on Overwatch League 2 to 3 times a week during the off season. Most of the time when there's something going on, we generally report on it. Last week we didn't have anything, so we didn't really do anything. That being said, we got another one coming up tomorrow. It's going to be the second part of this episode. We carried on for a little bit. We just wanted to do a couple of short ones for you. And then if anything breaks, we will definitely let you guys know. And you guys have a good rest of your night.